My fellow hard-working citizens of Guyana, happy Labor Day. Today, we pause, not just to rest from our labor, but to reflect on the value of that labor, on the dignity of work, on the people who built this country with their hands, their sweat, and often their lives. As we stand here today, we must also acknowledge that we are standing on the shoulders of two giants, Forbes Burnham and Cheddi Jagan, two men different in approach, yet united in vision, who believe deeply that Guyanese people deserve better, that we could lift ourselves out of poverty through unity, education, industry, and pride. It's easy now, with hindsight and modern comforts, to critique their methods, but they did the best they could with the tools they had and with the world as they knew it. They made sacrifices many of us may never fully understand. There could be no cooperative Republic of Guyana without them. How can it be that in a nation now spoken as one of the fastest growing economies in the world, how can it be that this very same nation was nearly brought to a standstill in recent days? How can it be that anger spilled into the streets, not just from the margins, but from the very heart of our society? We must not ignore the signs. Our people are hurting, they are frustrated, and they are tired of being ignored. Our forefathers did not bring us this far for us to falter now. Let us be clear, progress in this country cannot only be measured in GDP or barrels of oil. Progress must be measured in lives, in safety, in justice, in opportunity, and yes, in dignity. Our laws must reflect the value of human life and be enforced like they matter. As I stand before you today, I do so as the son and grandson of workers, people who knew the value of hard labor long before I ever spoke of policy. My grandfather, a woodcutter, rose before the sun to provide for his family. My father followed in those footsteps, showing me through calloused hands and quiet resilience what dignity in work truly means. Serving as a public servant at the Ministry of Works for over a decade, my father dedicated himself to the quiet, often overlooked work that keeps a country running. My grandmother, a housewife and mother of 8, who though she had a full house of her own, still found time to serve others. She was a social activist, the kind we often overlook. She would go to the hospital, collect clothes from patients she didn't even know, bring them home to wash and starch, returning them clean and pressed. That is the labor I come from. Labor rooted not only in work, but in service, in sacrifice, and in love for people. The familiar script, big numbers, bold claims, and sweeping declarations about job creation. Over 60,000 jobs, we were told. But the question remains, what kind of jobs, and who were they really serving? Some may paint a glowing picture of progress, but let's be honest, jobs that do not restore dignity, that cannot support a family or offer a livable wage, are not progress, they are placeholders. Many of these roles are precarious part-time gigs, just enough to survive, never enough to thrive. Yes, more people may be working in our growing economy, but far too many are underemployed, underpaid, and unseen. Ask yourself if wages have truly increased by over 100 billion as they have claimed. Why do so many workers feel left behind? On this Labor Day, let us recommit to a simple truth. We are an emerging economy, yes, but let us build an inclusive economy. The wealth of this country must benefit all, not just the few at the top, but the many who carry the burden of this nation on their backs. In the vision I put forward for our country, our teachers who mold young minds must be trained to the highest standard and compensated accordingly, not threatened for requesting a fair day's pay. Our firemen, those who run toward danger while others run away, must be given the gear and training they need so that they can save lives and protect themselves. Lest we forgot the young man who lost his life recently at May's school fire. And our workplaces, every factory, every construction site, every office must prioritize safety. We need real systems of protection, not just policy on paper. These are not luxuries, they are the basics of a civilized society. We must invest in personal protective equipment, in safe work environments, and in laws that are not just passed but enforced. Safety is not just a priority, but a principle embedded in every policy, every workplace, every life. Because a nation on the move needs a labor force that is not just productive, but protective. We are building a world-class Guyana. Today, I do not come to you with empty slogans. I come with a call to unity, to shared prosperity, in building a new kind of Guyana, where the man who mines gold, the woman who teaches, the youth who codes, the elder who farms, they all feel the pulse of progress, not as an observer, but as a participant. My fellow citizens, let us hold each other a little closer today. Let us remember those we have lost, not just in headlines, but in our hearts. Let us honor their memory, not with silence, but with purpose, by building a country where such losses are not in vain. We mourn, but we also rise. May we walk forward together, hand in hand, as one people, one nation, one destiny. Happy Labor Day to all Guyanese.